There's lots of great new features in LEGO Star Wars 2 this year. We've got a new character customization feature that allows people to make their very own LEGO Star Wars character and even name it themselves. We've got all new vehicle levels that allow take vehicle levels off rail, so you can go anywhere you want in the vehicle levels, just like you can in the character levels. We've got vehicles and creatures within character levels, so if you always wanted to ride a Dewback or ride a Bantha, you can do that now in LEGO Star Wars 2. We have got tons more things to do that are off the main path of the game, so lots of things to discover, lots of things to find, tons and tons of replay value, and plus we're on a lot of new platforms, so we're on X360 now, as well as PSP and all the same great platforms we were on last year. The game has a lot of replay value because there's lots of different ways to play through the levels. So you've got story mode, and in story mode you play through with the characters from the story and sticking very closely to the story from the movies. Now what we want you to then do is go back and play in free play. So the more characters that you unlock through story mode gives you more things to find in free play. So in free play you can take in up to 6 characters, and then use those characters switch on the fly to access areas of the game that you wouldn't be able to get to in story mode, where you're going to be able to find all the mini kits or power bricks, or even just find some more studs that you wouldn't have been able to find otherwise. There's lots of things that are in the game that are secret to find. I think that one of the really cool new things is the whole power brick mechanic. Every level has a power brick in it. They're extremely hard to find, but they all give you an instant power-up that you get to enjoy throughout the level that you play. I think they're all great. I think my personal favorite is probably the 360. I think the 360 game, it looks gamefantastic. It plays really well. It's live aware. We've got some downloadable content that will become available. Gamer achievements. It just sounds great. It looks great. It's a ton of fun to play. Character customization is a lot of fun because it really allows you to be creative, and it really allows you to do things that, it's the perfect synthesis of Star Wars and LEGO. And sort of like everybody, I like taking Slave Leia's body and putting on Yoda's head, or putting on a Stormtrooper head, or creating Slave Vader or somebody like that. So that's always fun to do. Well, you never know. We are perhaps looking at ways to make LEGO Star Wars 3, but we don't know what it would be at this point. But we were thrilled with the way LEGO Star Wars 2 turned out. The team at Traveller's Tales in the UK did an amazing job making a wonderful and enjoyable and memorable game. And if the opportunity exists to work with them again, we would certainly look at it. But right now, we're not sure what it would be. The folks at Lucasfilm have been extremely supportive of what the team at Traveller's Tales is trying to do with the game. They love the first game, and they understand that it is a tongue-in-cheek take on the Star Wars movies, but it's always very respectful of the Star Wars movies as well. So it really does an excellent job of towing the line between fun and sincerity, and it never really crosses over to satire, so they don't really have a problem with it. Telling the story only through pantomime does provide some unique challenges, but that was something that the team felt very strongly about. They felt that LEGO characters don't talk, and that is something that is so central to the fun of the game. Like, they have succeeded in giving essentially what's a flat plastic character actual human emotion, and human emotion that you can understand instantly. It's remarkably difficult. But also then giving them not only emotion but a sense of humor, and what they were able to do there was extremely impressive, and something that I don't think anybody else could pull off. With the PSP, Sony always wants you to push the bar a little higher and give the PSP owner a reason to buy, and something that makes the game unique, and the team really took that challenge to heart, and what they were able to do was add in another mode of the game that's called Challenge Mode. And since the game didn't exist, LEGO Star Wars 1 wasn't on the PSP, that provided an easy way for the consumer to play on the PSP, but also have access to those episode 1 through 3 characters that they like so much. So by playing Challenge Mode, you're able to bring those characters into the game and experience the same fun as somebody on the GameCube or PS2 or Xbox would be able to do. Also, we've got in something called the Story So Far, and what the Story So Far is basically just for those who didn't see the prequel movies or have forgotten the road that leads to episodes 4 through 6. It's just sort of a Lego-style retelling of the story of those movies. Also, kind of the same sense of humor as the other games. In addition, since the game wasn't on the PSP, like the Star Wars 1 wasn't on the PSP, what you're able to do is play the climactic boss battles from that version of the game on the PSP for the first time. So there's lots of really cool stuff in there that adds value for the PSP player. DS version of LEGO Star Wars 2 was made by Amaze Entertainment in Seattle, Washington, and they are very experienced with working with DS titles. And what they wanted to do, what they wanted to bring to the game was great multiplayer options, as well as fun and innovative touchscreen gameplay. So what we've got on the touchscreen is the ability to change characters on the fly, modify characters on the fly using the character customizer, full character customization from the cantina. They use the same cantina structure as is used in the console games. We've got up to 4 players through in our battle arena. So the battle arena is a bounty hunter sort of combat area that's in the game that up to 4 DS users can get on. We've got single card play, so if there's a DS user out there who wants to play with another DS player who doesn't have the game, you play single card and share a piece of the game and play the game with that other player. And of course we do full 2-player co-op in story mode and free play like we do in the console versions. The inclusion of the achievements was something that is basically cost of entry on the 360. It was something that we saw as being necessary to do to provide a different experience for the 360 player. Microsoft feels very strongly about Xbox Live, and putting in those achievements and making the game live aware was something that we of course wanted to do to really make it a real 360 title.